Thank you very much, Jen. Are you
Thank
finished?
you. Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
I hope you feel better.
Thank
Um,
you.
okay. Thank you for everything. Okay, our next reader is Cheryl Fish. Is Cheryl here?
I'm
Cheryl,
here.
good.
Cheryl J. Fish, please.
Great. Okay. Cheryl is the author of Crater and Tower Shanty Arts, which poetically juxtaposes the events of September 11th, 2001, with the eruption of Mount St. Helens volcano, attesting to ecological devastation and personal vulnerability. Please welcome Cheryl.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Dorothy and Larissa, for including me today. I'm going to read one poem from the new book, Crater and Tower. The 25th anniversary of 9/11 is coming up this fall. Hard to believe, right? This poem is about my finally going into the 9/11 museum because my son was curious, because I witnessed the whole thing and was evacuated and etc. And I held off going to the museum a long time because I didn't want to have it re-trigger my traumatic experience. But went for a day when they have only local people and first responders and survivors, so it felt better. Grapple for Mark and Jackie Margolis. Piece of steel from the South Tower, floors 30 to 33, folded over into itself like a bendy branch, a kneeling knee, 3 or 4 wheels split open. My son walks ahead of me as we, the elders, survey these artifacts. We don't want to remember that day. He's anxious to review the main events. He was only 2 back then, 15 years after the attack. I cannot enter the recap room. My lungs contain tiny particles. He explores photos of carnage and smoke, parts of fire trucks and teddy bear mountains, posters of missing souls, and recordings about heroes. He lives without questioning behemoths built after tremor, terror. Inside the museum, the dead and alive form a column of voices. We all grapple with distance and proximity. Reprise. Drum, 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 the island, the river, the sky, always with us after all other signs. And I'll read one more poem. I have an in-progress collection that's based on Icelandic folklore. It's called Protectors. In Icelandic folklore, a Bergrisi is a rock giant that protects the mountains. When you drink some Brennivin liquor flavored with caraway, your throat contracts and you forget to sneeze or take out the trash. You may see this colossal being and ask for its help. As this winter's new year approaches and more years of fear portend, you wish you could wait in a private theater with a protector outside the door, one that cannot be wrecked by evil leaders or misinformed mouths. Maybe an Icelandic water horse, a creature that lures the docile, or a Lagerflöge worm, Iceland's own Loch Ness monster, can visit those who create violence and aspire to yoke us with their ruthlessness. Sheila Nagig, stone carvings of women with exaggerated vulvas, found in buildings and moved into forests across Ireland and Europe. Carved old hags no one quite understands. They remind us to never waver from ourselves. Age with our hoofprints and our wide open wisdom, bless our craft and care for each other, call upon the songs in the night, and in the mayhem seek them out, loop with them, creatures of the rocks and seas. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cheryl, for the wonderful poems.
Thanks.
Okay, and so our next reader is Mega Sood. Is Mega here? Mega Sood?
Yeah, I'm here, Dorothy.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Um, so Mega Sood is an award-winning poet, editor, and author of several literary works, and as well as an activist. Her work leans towards social and political activism and generating, just a minute. Sorry. Okay. She generates as awareness is the primary goal of her writing, political and human awareness. Please welcome Mega Sood. Thank you.
Thanks, Dorothy. Thanks, Larissa and Joanie and everybody else for making this reading happen. I'm honored to be part of it. I'm going to read my two poems from my latest poetry collection. The first is called Rise. Rise. Rise above the opinionated heads on stooping shoulders of demise desires. On your sturdy legs or stilts, but rise and become the voice of the unspoken, war cry of the mute, hoarse whispers of the fallen in the crevice of the night. Rise when their tongue is sliced and gutted out and vultures are feeding on their dead entrails. Don't be a mute spectator. They will speak through you like an apparition, like a ghost in the machine, and will beg you to stay. Be a messiah, ready to be burned at the stake. Rise, enrage their souls buried deep in their shame, your tongue born out of fire, rising hair at the back of their neck, speaking in an unborn tongue like a catalyst for a revolution. You give them a mission, a purpose, a reason for their crestfallen souls, a tourniquet for their bleeding wounds, a moment to survive, a shiny glimpse of the future. Rise, bedazzle them, rise like phoenix out of thin air, devour the stench of pointy accusations. Rise, rise up to see a new dawn like the hope neatly tucked in the crevices of the unbroken seed. The next poem is called Brotherhood, and it starts with an epigraph by Martin Luther King Jr. We must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. We are all broken, crumpled, rounded again, made from the same clay, caked and baked in the same unforgiving oven. We all have cracks in us from where the light gets in, frayed at the border, pulling apart at the seams, peeling off and breaking down into pieces of our miseries. We are all the same, living under the same ashen, cloudless sky and blue moon in its reverie, breathing the same air, swooning over the same melody of the soul, crooning our necks to the same broken chords in unison we roll. We all are the same, laughing and cracking up with welled up eyes and bruises we endure, getting stabbed by the same knife and bloodied by the same bullet. Caste, creed, or religion doesn't seem to discriminate or beg to differ. We are all the same, same heartbeats, sliced and splintered into a million pieces, and the same God we worship, holding books with different verses. We all are the same from within, laughing at our scars with abject profundity. We are brothers and sisters, and together we shall live. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Mega Sood, for sharing your strong words with us. Okay. So now I would like to introduce Joanie HF Zosike, who a fellow Living Theater member. Well, she was member of the acting company. I only did the poetry program. So Joanie earned an Albee Foundation residency, Foundation for Jewish Culture, and New York State Council on the Art Grants, and a Sarah Parton Poetry Award. She's the author of 7 plays and 4 solo works, Women in American Theater. And she's published several chapbooks, including Light on the Walls of Life, I believe, Our Arcade of the Scribes, The New Guard, I believe, American Theater Works, Maintenance recently, and an upcoming and then publication by Robert Roth. Again, she's a living theater veteran, director of Dada New York, and co-founder of Action Racket Theater and Pandemic Poetry Project. So please welcome Joanie HF Zosike. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dorothy. That was a great cohort, by the way. What a great group of poets. Really
Oh, thank you. Well, yes.
well
Well,
done.
you're all a great group of poets. So
Yep, I think so. I think we are. So the worst thing in the world is having to write a bio, and having to listen to it is yet again even worse. But I'm going to read now. I really want to read two poems, but I don't want to go over. So maybe if there's time in the end, I'd like to do my second poem, which is actually a song. But I think this is the one that really needs to be read. It's called Oz. Do you know Oz means strength in Hebrew? 1. I know nothing of my people, nothing of my language. I am less than a Jew, although I am not a heathen, nor am I a Catholic or Muslim. I am a counterfeit pagan. I don't capitalize anything. I don't capitalize on anything. I don't capitalize on suffering. All human beings suffer at the hands of other human beings. Chazak, too, means strength, and strength means muchness. I am confused. Can I love anything with the total muchness of my heart? Chazak will be my next tattoo. 2. I want knowledge to seep under my fingernails without any effort. When I was young, I wanted to play Chopin without learning the scales. I want to know Hebrew because it is in my blood, even more so than Yiddish, that Mamalotion, mother tongue, culled from Oberdeutschen Ursprungs, High German, with Slavic slashes. Yiddish stands on its own two grammatic feet and may well be the entry point for Jewish culture. But Hebrew. We spoke it somewhere in harsh Egypt and on the desert, crossing over to Mount Nebo before going on to Canaan. And they fled, yes, they fled, fearful of the waiting hordes. Moses waited for the slave mentality to die out with the refugees. Their offspring would begin a new chapter of Israel before Israel was even born. And even Moses, the prophet, would never place his footprint on the land. He who held flaming commandments in his humble hand. For him, there were other plans. A generation later, young braves of the tribe, well articulated of body and voice, cry out with changing pride. Look, look below! We will overrun the heathens who have stolen our land, promised us by God, and we will speak Hebrew! Hebrew! 3. The fading elders on the mount sing out to the descendants. When Israel was in Egypt's land, Israelites could understand what oppression meant to them. They refused to kiss the hem, but their waning chorus went unnoticed. It was these very elders, these who fled and fed on sandflies and matzah, who brought the golden calf home. The calf had wings and worked for that necromancer, Korach the Levite, a pride-struck fool who angered Moses' brother Aaron for questioning God's will. The infidel and his followers were either consumed by fire or swallowed by desert sands. The resuscitated Israelites crossed over and killed their way to Oz. You remember, Oz means strength in Hebrew. 4. Today, water runs in crystal pools, deserts bloom, the sons of Israel, Semites formerly oppressed by Egypt, Mesopotamia, Greece, Rome, and diaspora, now orchestrate negation of another nation, their cousins, descendants of Ishmael. The circle of history continues to whirl as we heathens all choke on yellow sand. Thank you. Okay. I know that's a hard poem. Harsh, harsh, harsh. I'm just looking now for the updated introduction. Okay, I'm so excited to introduce all of my really wonderful readers, and let's try to just zip through. People, please try to be considerate of your fellow poets in terms of time. Austin Alexis is our first reader. I'm so proud to introduce my colleague, friend, and neighbor. He is the author of the collection The Whirlpool Bath, published in late 2025 by Kelsey Books. His work has appeared in Rattle and elsewhere. Austin.
Hi, Joni. Thank you so much for having me. So I'll read two poems. One is short and one is shorter, so I should be able to get them in 3 minutes. The first one, I'm using the word sewing, S-E-W-I-N-G, and also sewing, S-O-W-I-N-G. And also the title is part of the first line. Propaganda injects itself into communication, causing mutations in meaning. A needle sewing its own message, the essence of manipulation. It hypnotizes a population, a nation, a globe into believing the lie that's the only truth. It wills, it allows, it will allow. Propaganda penetrates into minds like pornography, caressing, molesting brain cells while secretly creating prison cells. Locked there, you, me, us, we are lulled into believing how brains are not brainwashed, though the genuine truth has been bleached of information too irksome, too irritating, too pain in the butt for the powers that be to leave alone unaltered. Drink the new delicious credo, the tangy officialdom. The tastes of ideas have been effectively changed by the powers that be, alterations designed to be too subtle for you, me, us to truly notice. And then this tiny one, election. An election creeps to total darkness. The premature nightfall is eerie. What jail cell, what captivity are we giving into when we elect a leader who guides us toward a sun covered by the moon, a stratosphere minus stars? Thank you. Oh,
Joanie, you're muted.
After all that, I'm muted. Oh my God. Sorry, folks. We lost 10 minutes there. I would like very much to introduce my good friend and poet and artist, Farid Bitar. He is published in anthologies and solo poetry books, including Treasury of Arabic Love, Footprints in the Mist, A Blade of Grass, Screaming Olives, Out of Gaza, and Testament, Sahel. I hope I said that right, Farid. Welcome, Farid, and thanks for your patience.
I know you can't see me, but can anybody hear me?
We can hear
see
you.
you and
we can
hear
see
you.
and hear you.
Too.
All right.
Strange.
I'm just gonna start by saying I know it's Martin Luther King's coming up, and I wish he's still alive with us. Gaza would be in a different place, and my heart is always to my people in Gaza. The ceasefire is there, and the killing is still on. Child of Gaza, I think of you day and night. I think of the brutality inflicted. I think the enemy is never relenting. I am the child of Jerusalem reaching out to you. I was the child of Jericho when the war came walking to my sleepy town and to my balcony, which I witnessed atrocities from. I am the child of Haifa looking at the same sea you're being slaughtered at. I think of you day and night. I will return to Jericho to sip mint tea and to watch the rain evaporating in hot summer nights from my balcony. I don't know when you will return, but I'm hoping Martin Luther King is thinking about you, and I'm wishing you well. Child of Gaza. This is Screaming Olives. It's going to be short. Uh, the enemy keeps bulldozing everything, not the humans only, but the trees. Beyond the evergreen, the settler is very mean. The olive tree glimpsed the oblivious coming, carrying a tank of petrol and an M16 hanging from the shoulder. Branches started waving hurriedly, then the olives joined in. Like a chorus in a symphony, call our owners, but no one comes. Wonder why? Is it because the soldiers are harvesting the farmers? The tree started yelling at the man, get out of my existence every time you come. I know I'm gone. Stop killing my babies. Stop suffocating my insides. Emmett Till lynched in 1955, way down Selma, Alabama, way down in Maracaibo. Ali on the grill. The settler taunted, burned in Duma, West Bank, 2015, Mississippi. Still, thank you for having me, Joni. Thank you. And I hope peace come to all of us. And I hope the children stay alive. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Farid, and thank you for your testament. It's so important that we hear from all corners of the globe, and you are speaking for your people, and I deeply appreciate it. I'm sure everyone does. Thank you. Okay. I'm weeping. Okay. I would like now to introduce Roberta Batorsky, poet, science journalist, and college educator. Roberta Batorsky's book, Perihelion, from Prolific Pulse Press, was published in 2025. Other publications include Fine Lines, Delaware Valley Poets, Poets for Science, Prolific Pulse Press, and New Jersey Bards. And her website I will post in the chat. Welcome, Roberta.
Thank you, Joni, and thank you for having me. I'm very privileged to be among such esteemed colleagues. Reading two poems. The first poem is called Poet's Death Seen from Outer Space. It's dedicated to Renee. So small as to be disregarded, a flash, then a trailing vapor of despair, as Earth sighs in its orbit for the loss of a poet. The stanzas are redistributed among those who remain to mourn the benighted earth, awash in sorrow at the absence of its champion. Our vessel globe, minor planet, convulses as seen from afar, wobbles in its trajectory, off balance, with fewer rhymed couplets to provide stability. Memorize every lyric, ballad, and song. We can ill afford to lose them as they collect miles above us to adorn our cosmos, decorate our atmosphere, reflect the heavens, broadcasting back love and hope for human healing. My next poem is called Childhood Manqué. I'll learn to walk on new-built legs, play soccer again, see one-eyed. My scars will heal. I'll recover if God wills it, inshallah. Spend my youth on prostheses, partially sighted, live on rebuilt land that my ancestors worked, in return fed and nourished them, inshallah. Rehabilitating the besmirched earth as my body. The olive trees form new buds with hope for spring, of renewal and growth in my homeland, Gaza, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, Roberta. Thank you very much. Thanks. I especially loved the poem about Renee. I mean, not that I didn't like the second one, but it's hard to write about things immediately, as you well know. Anyway, she goes on. The next person, thank you so much for coming. The next reader is Leanne Brown. Leanne Brown is a poet and editrix of Tender Buttons Press. She lives in New York City with occasional forays to her childhood state of North Carolina. And I will post your URL in the chat. Welcome, Leanne Brown. Leanne?
Is Leanne here? Jon, do you see Leanne?
You know, I don't see her.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry about that. She may have texted or written to me, I don't know, but I'm here. So we'll go on, and if she comes in later, because we came in early, actually. We were supposed to start at 3, so maybe she'll pop in at 3. Let's keep an eye open for her. Okay. Next, we have a wonderful Mary Campbell, a great Dadaist. She is a New York City multi-platform artist, co-director of Data Dada Performance Art Collective, and is included in several art and poetry journals. Mary, welcome.
Thank you, Joni. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I have 2 short poems The first one is from last year, and the second one is more recent. The first one is "The Wind is Changing." The podcaster said, "The climate is changing here after 31 days at the ice facility in Portland. A banana band plays Dixieland, freedom frogs dance with dinosaurs and unicorns, while bagpipers climb a bridge. A different kind of nonviolent protest. Gandhi would smile too." The second one's "Power." "I'm so proud of you, each of the hundreds of thousands who have marched down the avenues with your smart signs and chants. This is what democracy looks like. And your siblings across the country also out there. I've always held that line, 'It can't happen here,' as a little nugget of peace, believed to be my rights. So now I weep reading Facebook posts, violent raids, harassing, pepper spray, and of course the murders. The United States we loved for voluntary restrictions of power, now slipping away." Thank you, everyone. Take care, everybody.
Damn. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for coming. I'm really so thrilled to have you here. Thank you. Okay. Moving on. Woo. We have, oh, wonderful. I'm very, very pleased and honored to introduce Lawrence Carr. He lives in New York's Hudson Valley, and he's not the only Hudson Valley poet here today. Susan Shute and Charles Frederick and Mike Jakovic and others unknowns to me, but love Hudson Valley. Great. It's a great not percolator, but it's a great cauldron for poetry. So Lawrence Carr lives in New York's Hudson Valley, and he's published and produced throughout the world and publishes Lightwood Literary Journal, an online arts magazine at www.lightwood Press. I'll post that in the chat. Welcome, Larry. So glad you came.
Thank you, Joni. And it's great to be surrounded by all this inspirational work. Thank you.
Thank you.
What we know so far about the shooter. Most shooters are he, but we can't make that assumption. Perhaps a she, perhaps a they, perhaps a person in transition, a person migrating from one ID to another. Perhaps one who deals in drugs, or one who's seen his family slaughtered by cartels, or an alien, legal or illegal, but probably not an alien from a distant galaxy, although from what we know, we can't dismiss this. The shooter was dressed in black, but underneath this uniform, the skin tone might be white, or black or brown, a person Asian or Hispanic, Indigenous or Pacific Islander, or someone else. From middle-class ease to fractured family, perhaps a professional, not a certified assassin, but one whose 401k keeps them up at night. Or one of the ranks of the unemployed, perhaps a disappointed office seeker. The person in the penthouse, the person under the bridge, the activist from the right or left, or the moderate, who fears both ends. The shooter pulls the trigger, but who is the accomplice, the enabler? The one who pulls the virtual trigger, then finds solace in thoughts and prayers? Do you own a gun? Or have easy access? What a silly question and meaningless one in the America we live in. Could the silent shooter be you or me, living out days in patriotic camouflage, then passing on the task to someone else while we raid the fridge for that wedge of cake? Have you been pushed to the brink? Or that one step beyond? Do you dream about the act while sleeping? And have your sleepy dreams moved to waking thoughts? It's such a tiny leap. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful last line. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Larry, for
Okay.
gracing us.
Thanks, and thanks everybody. Thanks, Joanie.
Come back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, we're going to move now on to my dear old friend and teacher, Charles Frederick. He is a poet and street performance artist whose book, The Hudson River, an autobiography, is in production by the Andrew Howard Studio in Portugal. Okay, welcome, Charles.
Thank you very much, Joanie, and all the other poets who have been participating. Thank you. Last night, while I was dreaming, una noche de seda, two of my dearest friends, old loves, visited me, needing a place to stay, they said, as had once always been so. Long ago now, they both had died from AIDS. They were each in two different rooms, each lying in a large bed with brilliant, cool white sheets, in each room lying on suns, pouring out light, halos around their aurora of brown and golden bodies. So in each room, I lay down next to him, still naked for him. The way only love can make you and forever naked, just to say exposed is far too innocent and imprecise a word, lacking the fullness of all shame, all need, all eagerness, all that is tender, all that is ferocious, all that is both fleeting and forever now, without a tomorrow, without a past. I held him close, brushed his red hair with my hand, kissed his eyelids, his brow, his ears, his nose, his mouth, his neck, his chest. Every ocean beach in the world is a different color and shape and reason to be, I noticed absently, just like every man's bare geography of chest. My naked cock slowly rising like from an underwater depth, we existed in a fluid realm of space and time, where we were never wanting more, never wanting either of them to go from here, caresses always going from room to room. We had once been a trio of three boyos, my cock also swelling from within with not blood, but the warm water I noticed in my eyes. I was crying. But now the dream presented me with a problem of impossible logic. I was surprised, but I was always the one relied upon to find our way out of the labyrinth of our caprices. This time I didn't know how to solve. Neither of them knew they had died. Neither of them knew the other had died. Neither of them knew death as I did with them every new day gone. And I began to wonder first, how would I tell them? Shouldn't they be allowed to know? But then suddenly the dream asked, was it true? How could it be so when their bodies still felt so whole and well and aroused in my arms? We dreamed together. How? Since it was still exactly the same as I had always said, I never wanted to let them go. We dreamed, their smiles of agreement evolving and expanding concentric oval waves of water, spreading larger and larger and larger, even with the coins on their eyes. The only thing true was the how, the way I loved them was the all that would ever be or ever true, the I could never leave the dark fluid space of them and us, even though this sleep was so full of sorrow, so full of dread. Perhaps that was where I had always wanted to stay, in this dream, regardless of its price, at least with them, perhaps too in death. And I decided I would never tell them. Please don't wake me up. Please, please don't let them ever know. Thank you.
Just staggering. Staggering, Charles. Just thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our beautiful voices. Okay, on to the next beautiful voice. Ah, another beautiful voice. Mike Jerkovic, standing by. Mike Jerkovic is he is the 2025 Ulster County Poet Laureate. Congratulations once again, Mike. His poetry is published globally with little reportable income. His book, Circling Plains, is due from Bushwhack Books in spring 2026. He's the president of Calling All Poets, CAPS for short, and he loves Emily most of all. Everybody should try to check out CAPS. It's online and in person. I believe it's a hybrid presentation. I will put the URL in the chat. And welcome, welcome, welcome again, Mike.
Thank you, Joni. It's always great to be with you guys, sharing this space, letting each other know that we're not crazy.
Mike, yes, certainly. Mike, would you mind telling people about your resilience
What, Calling All Poets? You mean?
program? Yeah, not Calling All Poets. You have another program.
Oh yeah, I do
It's a sister program. We don't know that yet, but we should be brothers and sisters.
Yeah, it's called Poetry as Protest and Political Action. I've been doing it at the libraries here in the Hudson Valley and at bookstores in the Hudson Valley. So far this year, we've got 18 events planned in New Paltz, Beacon, Saugerties, Gardner. Love to come down to the city to do one if we can work it out somehow.
Talk to me about it.
You got it. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
These were written last year, but as things have only gotten worse, they're still as real as ever. So this is called Only Here. Only here in shitholes like this do they steal catalytic converters from Meals on Wheels, roast 51 migrants in an abandoned tractor trailer. Are you free to carry weapons, but forced to carry violence to term? Only here are citizens so effing convinced of their own idiot exception they can't take a fucking vaccine. Cower with their guns and God as the oligarchs of food and fuel and false prophecy gouge and gorge in pursuit of sucking congressmen who run afoul, unfettered. Only here do others fear their skin, their children targets. Only here do we believe we are on the verge of great things, but nothing works. Not my dick, the elect, the vacuum, the wireless, the baby food, the underpaid medical staff, the car, the stove, the script, mass transit, dial tone, exchange rate, new app, old meat, sour milk. Only here would you need to write this. And the second piece, again, is another oldie from last year. And I'm just scrolling to get to it. And it's called Bleed Out. And it starts with a quote from Napoleon. What is history if not a fable agreed upon? If I should get caught in the crossfire before finishing this poem, will you dovetail our voices together? If I should bleed out before topping off, please keep the truth we carried into the war that threatens to silence the words we use to shorten the distance between us. Thanks, everybody, and I'm great to be part of this.
Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful poetry. Okay, I must read the next person and then I can send my hearts and flowers. My dear friend, Mindy Levikov. Mindy Levikov is a multimedia performance poet. She also teaches ESOL, which is very valuable skill and gift to people. Her new poetry collection is called The Frequency. She sings for peace and dances for water. Mindy, welcome. Mindy Levakov, come to me. Are you here? Ah, there you are, love.
I'm here and unmiked. Yes, thank you so much, Joni. Thank you, everybody, for reading and sharing. And yeah, if any of you guys have time and or availability to help with asylum seekers, please contact me through Joni. Okay, so this poem is
a silent what? I'm sorry.
Asylum seekers.
Asylum seekers.
Asylum seekers
Thank you.
are our new neighbors in this country. Okay.
Thank you, Mindy.
Yeah. This is called Killed, KIA, Killed in Action. Needs shriek, bawling, balls of requisition, now whistles, now directions, now access, new news daily, collapsible solutions, diminished forte, me, a tiny plug, pipsqueaky ting in the three-dimensional dam, swivel, pivot, whatever I can, my legs give out. The Donna Reed delusion I grew up in, flecks of flesh, ash, toxic pollution from natural fires and unnatural explosions. I'm a lucky person standing, but I'm a witness to life and dreams, dreamers, cities, countries, oceans, our people, our families attacked, encamped, held hostage, killed, destroyed by ignorance, fear, and greed. KIA, killed in action, rise and resist. Thank you for listening. Thanks. Okay.
Joni, Patricia Clark had to leave.
Joni is muted.
You're muted, darling.
Patricia Clark, you are up next. Can you state your poem?
Joni, Patricia Clark had to leave.
Oh, she had to leave. She's up now.
She's not here, Joni.
Well, she has to read anyway. No, okay. All right. Well, I'm very sorry. I'm really sorry about that. We are ahead of time, so anyway. All right. I will now introduce my old friend and colleague, Howard Flancer. He simply states words are our weapons of resistance. I kind of take umbrage with the word weapon, but, I'm a purist. La lucha continua, and that I certainly can applaud. But I certainly will applaud Howard Flancer. Welcome.
Thank you. I'll start with this poem, The New Jersey Turnpike Rest Areas. Joyce Kilmer, Grover Cleveland, Thomas Edison, Woodrow Wilson, Vince Lombardi, Judy Blume, Alexander Hamilton, Connie Chung, and Molly Pitcher. Presidents, poets, politicians, celebrities are named places to piss and eat to fulfill your needs. These are not the stations of the cross, but they serve vital purposes. And the next poem is called Ferry Crossing. The blast of the whistle. The gates are locked. The engine revs up. The boat slowly pulls away from the dock. The water foams. The ferry moves faster, crossing to the Staten Island shore. We are on our way to the hidden Hades. Across the harbor, the brisk breeze is in there. As the boat picks up speed, we pass Governor's Island. The Statue of Liberty is planted firmly to our right. A freighter glides past. A boat is rumbling bravely towards the far shore. It is gray, fog-shrouded. It is frightening. On the opposite shore are the gates of hell. To welcome you to the Isle of the Dead, you get off the boat and walk onto the street, leading to the terminal and the waiting room. Neighborhoods in succession with rows of houses, unwelcoming homes, limiting the range of the possible, where you don't want to remain long. There are so many hidden lives of desperation and frustration. Can working people have no joy in their lives? And one very short additional poem. Time. Time does not stand still. It moves with starts and stops. It cannot be pinned down like a dead butterfly. Once you imagine you have it, it is not there. It's lost irretrievably, never to be found again. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. May we all have more time to make it a better world. Tikkun olam. All right. Sarah Sarai is a poet of sonic beauty, and she is a beauty who battles fear, ignorance, and mob rule. Yeah, I'm with you, babe. For more info, Google Sarah Sarai plus poetry. I will post that. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, can you hear?
Welcome. Yeah.
Okay, great. I apologize. I don't apologize, but my computer has died. So all I have is my cell phone, and which is why I'm always okay. It's a little difficult, but here I go. I'm going to read one poem, and it's from my first. I'll forget it. Yeah, my first book. Well, The Future is Happy, which I believe was published in 2009 by BlazeVox. And I was at the corner. I'm only going to read one poem, so I'll intro. I was at the corner of, I think it was like 23rd and 3rd, and I was watching all the little kids in strollers communicate with each other. It's like a kind of a secret signal that they learned to probably avoid parents. And so I loved it. I loved it. And I loved the thought of how we communicate with each other without words. Some spirit drifts between us, not as barrier, but resemblance. Why lover thinks he is drawn to lover, drifts not exactly as bridge, but more gravitational deity. If we open dozing eyes and note an other, like a stroller-bound toddler at the corner, sensing there is a fellow toddler, twisting body towards its peer possessor of wily truths the two have sworn in code to forget 3 years hence. Like Walt, more shy with physics of unity than I first thought, and comfy Emily, quite enough in her sly pedal life. The two poets hopeless before the spirit of which I must write, having wondered at nights into being, like my nephew and great nephew, victorious in the Crenshaw district, because they are Black and male and still alive in LA. Like any of us, awkward and overly civilized, and thus drawn to the raw. Undeniably false that you reading, that you watching, listening were meant to be in my arms. And please recollect, I have pondered this long, being no more an agreed upon young. To define the spirit, we are drawn to each other. Yet who believes this? Not even me, not all days anyway. Hungering across a void more promising than fulfilling. Thank you. And I just want to say, I didn't introduce part, but I really believe that the core of all the hate is racism. That's okay. Thank you. Bye.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
Racism and caste, if you've ever read the brilliant book by Isabel Hutchinson, Caste.
Oh.
That's, I highly recommend it to everybody who has not read it. But thank you so much, Sarah. It was beautiful. And
Thanks.
a wonderful thought, really. Now I'd like to introduce my great friend and Dada comrade, Igor Satanovsky, who lost his mind trying to revolutionize 21st century poetics. If you ever find it, don't approach. It's armed and dangerous. He is the host of Out of the Box Poetry Series at the Bowery Poetry Club and Quantum Age Poetry Series at New York Public Library. He's a brilliant dude. Yeah. Igor.
Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
hello.
And I'm currently finishing a book on quantum poetics and quantum age poetry. For that purpose, I created, in addition to classic grammar, quantum grammar. So this is a poem that uses that. Rise through the shards, so maybe softly. Screen glow cuts flux, my late shift face. We read loop each other. Glare glass, half coffee nicked. Thumb swipe yet, slits revolt. Upstream of cursor. Badge and pulse and budget hums. Single pixel cracking at off the gate. The algorithm hires and ghosts my file shard by shard. 1936, a miner cuffs call all into my inbox. 2099, a carebot hums lullaby static through the same wound. Self-sabotage as splinters, hope arc flames, arcs itself, sparks, laughs, bleeds, gel tank hush. Hear it? The slogan drops scalpel now, mid-breath, retro cuts the tongue. Crowd data, collapse flux, echo fractures will have been stammering yet? The comeback knives yesterday, unruling class, sign this hemorrhage, click decline, a still siphon your tomorrow profit loop, drone lens detaches from meaning, I wave, it blushes A, footage erases evidence of glass dust. Strike sirens, flare null, reboot flux, lullaby static. Android lipstick code rewrites our demand into glitch keys. If this line blinks now, you're already sleep marching yet. Of scrolling flux past, blood on the scroll. Inhale, pre-post, inhale, oh, exhale, all, laugh, sharp tone, smoke syntax, step not louder, step stranger through the cracked screen edge you are holding.
Yes.
And one more. Ostrich don't bury their heads in the sand. Lemmings don't march to their deaths. Those myths are ours, evidence of how quickly we turn nature into an alibi. The mirror is the real habitat. So do I have time for one more?
I'm not timing. Is anybody timing? Larissa, do we have time for one
Igor,
more?
go ahead. Go ahead, Igor.
Okay, a really strange one. This one is called orthographic superposition 101. Quantum poetics algorithms. T times here, there, where T translation operator. W times here, where W rendering operator. C times O times here, cohere, where C connection operator, O orientation operator. Nowhere, no times where equals now times here equals N times O times W times here, where N negation operator and W times here equals where. Anywhere, any times where equals any times W times here equals A times N times Y times W times here, where A aperture operator, where Y universal yielding operator, everywhere equals every times where, equals every times W times here, ever times Y times where, ever times Y times W times here, and W times here equals where. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, Igor. It's just transcendent. Sometimes, yeah. Okay, thank you. Talk to you soon, I hope. Okay, we're getting to the end of the road, folks. We now, I don't know if she is here or not. She had doubts whether she would be able to make it. Is Parvane Torkamani here?
I don't see her.
Don't see her. John, is she here?
John doesn't see her either.
I don't see her.
Okay, so John, are you ready and set with Robert Roth's video?
I was not aware that Robert Roth had a video that he wanted us to show.
Oh my God.
Do we have a link for it?
I'm sure I sent, oh, I sent it to John. I sent it to.
Did you send it to me?
I'm going to send you the link right now.
Okay, give me a second and let me get it.
Okay. Can I put it in the chat?
Sure. Yeah, that would work.
Okay. All right. Just one moment, please. I'm dancing between.
In the bio. There's a link in the bio, John.
Okay, let me try.
But if you can hook it up, you know, where it's not going through us, but rather going through YouTube. I mean, I would open it in YouTube. There's a way to do it. Don't ask me what it is, but I'm sure you know. Thank you. Oh, I have to read, and I have to read the introduction anyway. This is from the inimitable Robert Roth, who has written so many things and done so many stuff and is a great collaborator transatlantically. This is a video that he did with Hendrik van Oort, Lotte van den Dickenberg Messerstand, I said it, and Robert Roth. They've created a series of videos combining poetry, music, and visual arts. And Robert is the author of Atlanticism, New York, Copenhagen, with Jens O. Magnuson, and also his own Book of Pieces and other publications. And just did a collaboration with Mirna Nieves. I don't have the name in front of me, but I'll try to dig it up. We present now his collaboration, which is called Threnody for Peace in Troubled Times. Thank you, Jill. We need the sound. That's it. Thank you, Robert. I've watched this video like, this must be the 10th time. It's just what we need right now in this moment. It's beautiful, it's poignant, and it stimulates us in another part of our beings, because there's no music, there are no words to music. And we play with words. That's what we do. That's who we are. We make music with words. But the purity of music, I know, is an inspiration. And I thank Robert for putting these wonderful videos together. And if you have a chance to look through YouTube, you'll find others that are equally baffling and beautiful. I want to thank all my readers and all the readers who read today. I'd like to thank Larissa Shmailo for concocting this crazy event. I'd like to thank Jon Wesick for jumping in seamlessly, and to Jonathan
Denton.
That's what I thought. Jonathan Denton, my mind is full, I'm sorry. Jonathan Denton for always being with us and for now being a daddy, which is what he
I just
listened
want
to.
to ask if one last possible person might be here. She emailed me very, very late, so I'm not really sure, but I just want to ask if Catherine Arnaldi is here. Did Catherine make it here?
She was here earlier, but I don't see her now.
Oh, Okay, well, anyway, thank you very much, Catherine Arnaldi. Sorry you couldn't be on the program, but you well deserve to be, as a very fine writer, political activist, and close friend of Steve Cannon of Tribes, and so on and so forth. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.
I want
Thank
to
you,
thank
Dorothy.
I want to thank all the curators, Elizabeth Morse, Dorothy Friedman August, Joanie HF Zosike, Audrey Roth, and I want to thank all the readers today who featured. Your voices rise so beautifully. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have recorded this and we'll be sending you the video. I would like to ask if anybody is interested in the open mic. Raise your hand if you do. No one for the open mic? All right. Thank you for your resistance. Thank you for honoring MLK Martin Luther King Jr. And thank you for your vibrant and wonderful words. You guys are amazing.
Thanks,
Mwah.
everyone.
Thank you.